Miss Grand International, resign, and accusations. Will Luciana Fuster or the Shield? A great scandal has shaken Miss Grand International after the dismissal of the Rachel Gupta title, winner of 2024. Miss Grand International, MGI, accused Rachel of non-compliance with the contract, including unauthorized agreements and unskilled expenses, while Rachel replied with accusations of default and ill treatment. In the midst of this controversy, the Queen of 2023, Luciana Fuster, returned to Thailand and issued a statement emphasizing the importance of respecting contracts during a reign, without directly addressing the specific conflict. The title has passed to the first finalist, beauty pageant crown. Diamonds are forever, but queens are eternal. Hello friends. Welcome to Beauty Pageant Crown. Remember to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell and leave your comments. In addition, if they subscribe publicly, we will send you a personalized greeting in our next videos. Let's start. Today we have a hot report that has shaken the world of beauty competitions. We immerse ourselves in the details behind the revocation of the Miss Grand International 2024 title to the Indian representative, Rachel Gupta. Prepare because this is a true hurricane of controversy. According to the documents and communications that we have reviewed, the Miss Grand International, MGI, organization has presented a chronology of key events that, from their perspective, led to this drastic decision. The first key point indicated by the organization are unauthorized sponsorship arrangements. It is alleged that Rachel independently requested the contact details of a sponsor of the organization, a plastic surgery hospital in Korea, so that, for his mother to undergo free nasal surgery. This, according to MGI, was made without informing the organization and constitutes a clear case of personal benefit obtained from an organizational sponsor. After surgeries, he supposedly refused to publish promotional content in exchange for free services. Only after the hospital contacted MGI expressing dissatisfaction, she agreed to publish. Another incident reported by the organization is the supposed loss of funds in Thailand. During his stay in Thailand, just before returning to India, Rachel claimed to have lost $1,000. However, MGI indicates that there was no evidence that this money was lost and supposedly did not inform anyone about it. The organization considers that this statement was manufactured to request additional funds. In an email, Rachel mentioned that his personal money was stolen in Thailand. MGI refuted this, stating that there was never evidence and that the residents had limited access, only for cleaning personnel in certain areas. An important contractual conflict point is the alleged violation of the terms of the contract in India. After returning from a work assignment, it is alleged that Rachel worked independently and obtained personal benefits, violating her signed contract. According to MGI, the contract clearly stipulates that all reservations, including self-obtained works and compensation, had to go through the organization. When she was questioned after the works were already completed, she insisted that they were unpaid opportunities. The organization suspects otherwise and believes that the profits were pocketed, thus breaking the terms of the contract. A legal notice sent by MGI details this as a serious contractual breach that results in the loss of 50% of the payments received from Grand India. The organization declared that Rachel had previous contractual obligations with them. Rachel, meanwhile, said he had worked independently and obtained personal benefits, and that the opportunities he obtained for herself were unpaid works. Problems with payments and taxes also arose. Rachel, in an email of May 26, demanded the payment owed since December, claiming not to have received payments since November of the previous year. MGI indicated that payments are made in accordance with the contractual agreement. Despite having previously traveled to Bangkok, Rachel refused to receive cash and insisted on a bank transfer to his account in India. When MGI was willing to comply, she refused to provide the necessary documents and resisted paying 15% of Thai income tax legally required for international transfers. This resistance created continuous problems with payments. MGI said the payments are made according to the contractual agreement and that Rachel had to receive his monthly payments according to the agreement. Rachel insisted on the emails that he had not received payments since November of the previous year and mentioned problems with international transfers. MGI replied that the payments are made according to the agreement and that the payments owed for February and March 2025 were already ready to be paid, but that Rachel refused to provide the details of the bank account for the transfer. They also stated that contractual agreements clearly stipulate how payments are made. The reimbursement of more than $4,000 in expenses, including drinks, meals, transport, airport rates and costs related to the sending of its crown was demanded. The organization indicates that none of these expenses came with official receipts. Without adequate documentation, MGI could not provide any support or compensation. In his emails, Rachel insisted on the reimbursement of expenses, stating having submitted documentation, while MGI indicated that related travel expenses can be reimbursed after presenting valid receipts. MGI said that personal expenses and luggage expenses related to sending their crown were not reimbursable according to the contract. During an assignment in the Czech Republic, unreasonable behavior was reported. After work, Rachel supposedly sent an email expressing dissatisfaction with the organization, complaining that the salary was too low for its title and appearance. MGI pointed out that the negotiation is acceptable, but the responsibility falls to the corresponding department, not to the holder. It is alleged that he constantly crossed the limits and criticized the process. During the trip, he also allegedly created interruptions by demanding daily services such as hairdressing and makeup, even on days without scheduled events, supposedly for personal reasons. The documents mention a market rate of $1,000 to $2,000 for its appearance in the Czech Republic, which MGI considers that it does not reflect the market value. Rachel, in her emails, defended himself, saying that she believes that her rate should reflect her market value and appearance. The situation climbed before the trip to Guatemala. Rachel supposedly raised the problem of unjustified expenses, including the alleged loss of $1,000 in Bangkok. He threatened not to travel unless the money was sent, using this as a lever. Despite MGI's repeated questions asking for a clear answer about whether or not, she retained confirmation and continued to press for payment. This is considered an inappropriate and coercive act. MGI issued an official warning about his refusal to travel and the inappropriate methods used to negotiate. Rachel finally refused to travel when the time came. MGI said Rachel's refusal to travel to Guatemala violated the terms of the contract. Rachel replied that he would not travel unless the pending issues were resolved and that he could not meet his contractual obligations due to circumstances. After refusing to travel, Rachel sent a formal letter of a law firm in India to MGI. This letter accused her of various claims and demanded monetary compensation, including the payment of the legal fees associated with the sending of the letter. The organization, in response, sent a clear and formal response to the lawyer and officially ended its contract. Subsequently, she publicly published that she had renounced. However, MGI's documents indicate that their dismissal had already been executed before their resignation ad. MGI considers that his actions have caused serious damage to his reputation and credibility. The legal letter of MGI refutes Rachel's claims, highlighting the contractual breaches and harmful behavior. In the midst of this storm, the Peruvian Queen Luciana Fuster, Miss Grand International 2023, has returned to Thailand. His arrival occurs just before the coronation of the Filipina Cristino Piazza, who assumes the title after the resignation/dismissal of Gupta. The presence of Luciana, a popular figure and close to the brand, is seen as a strategic MGI movement to try to stifle the flames of the scandal and offer a stability image. Luciana broke her silence with a statement, which she describes as very delicate. In it, he thanks both organizations, MGI and MG Peru, and Nawat, without directly addressing Gupta's accusations. He emphasized that no reign is to resolve our lives, but that it is a job in conjunction with organizations, respecting the contract. Luciana said that this is the only statement that will be made in this regard, then the declaration. My opinion has asked me a lot about what has happened to MGI. It is very delicate and should not be played with the lightness that many people are doing. I am sad to read the amount of comments and opinions that are woven around, especially of people so alien to what is lived within a reign. I speak to you from the personal, because only I know in depth what I lived and therefore only I could tell my story. I not only went to win the crown, I went to work as my custom has always been, knowing, like everyone else, that MGI is characterized by working based on his 4B, beauty, body, brain, and business. And, in my opinion, no reign is to facilitate everything, or to solve life, but it is a work together with organizations, respecting and curing the contract that we accept at the beginning as in any other company. For me, every situation has ways to solve, or at least it is as I always do, and I know that each one lives its reign in a different way. As always, and in every experience I have had in life, I have a lot of thanks with both organizations, MGI and MG Peru. With both we have worked satisfactorily. I am happy with what both have given me and keep everything positive. Jessica Newton and Lottie, know the immense love I have and how grateful I am with you for always treating me so well, accompanying me and guiding me in everything you can. Mommy Teresa, as I told you, were a great support for me at all times, always motivating me and treating me with much love. Pope Nawat, thanks for making possible all experiences lived and by assessing my wonderful reign. They are the best. I love them very much. It is the only thing I will say. I hope you understand and respect it to avoid asking me questions waiting for some other answers on my part, because there will be. Thank you so much. In summary, the revocation of the title is based, according to MGI, on a series of incidents that consider serious contractual breaches and unprofessional and harmful behavior. The organization issued a statement defending and accusing Rachel Gupta of contractual breaches and being fired before his misleading resignation. This counterattack has further turned on the debate. The world of beauty competitions burns and all eyes are put in Thailand. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that Luciana Fuster's presence will help the image of Miss Grand International? Let your comments below and do not forget to subscribe so as not to miss our next explosive reports. Until next, thank you for staying with us until the end. Your support means everything to us, and together we continue to grow as a community. Do not forget to leave your comment, like this video and subscribe to not miss any of our updates. In addition, we invite you to follow us on our social networks, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok to always be up to date with our news, exclusive content and the latest developments in the world of glamour and beauty competitions. If you liked this video and want to help us continue creating incredible content, consider giving us or Super Grace as a sample of support for the channel. You are already subscriber or not, your contribution will make a big difference so that we can continue to grow and offer you the best. Your super thanks inspires us to move on. Thank you for being part of this special community. See you in the next video. Until next. Bye. Beauty Pageant Crown, subscribe, comment, follow us on our networks and support us to continue growing.